Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy, man. Do y'all taste that, man? That's not my 12th Travis Scott burger of the week. That is the taste of sweet, sweet justice and victory, man. Skip Bayless. Forced to say 10 nice things about LeBron James, which really should not be that tough to do because LeBron James is the top 2 basketball player of all time. And Skip Bayless is a stupid troll, man, that, you know, has made a living off LeBron's name like that. But it's going to be fun to watch, guys. Just this man, the spite in his face as he is forced to choke out 10 nice things about LeBron James, guys. Let's check this out. Like I said, it shouldn't be hard to do. It's a damn 13-minute video, though. Like, how's it going to take you that long to say 10 nice things about LeBron? Let's see what he says. It's going to be good.
So back in February, GQ writer and huge LeBron fan, Mark Anthony Green, came on the show and made a bet with Skip that if LeBron made the finals, then Skip would be forced to say 10 positive things.
Why would you bet
LeBron
against
here
that?
On Undisputed. And now that we're just
10 straight, man.
24 hours away from Game 1, the time has come. Skip, the floor is yours. It's time to say some positive things about LeBron. I'm really looking forward to this.
His hairline's not that bad.
That no bull jive. Mean it.
First, I would like to publicly thank the Los Angeles Clippers for doing this to me. And yet, before I launch into my 10 nice things about LeBron James, and
You cannot start with an insult. That is not what we're doing here, Skip.
ask you to feel free to chime in. Even though people think I hate LeBron, and I hate the word hate because I do not hate LeBron
Nah, you don't
James.
hate LeBron. You just hate her.
There we go. I like
All
that.
of the things I'm about to say, I have said multiple times on this show and on other shows I have been on through my career.
Okay.
Number one, LeBron James was the greatest high school basketball player ever, even greater than Lou Alcindor at Power Memorial in New York City.
Okay,
And
it's
for
a good
those who
start,
don't
good
know,
start.
He then became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he is regarded as the greatest, most dominant high school basketball player ever. LeBron was better because LeBron could pass it and dominantly score the basketball.
I mean, I have no doubt that Kareem could pass the basketball, but, you know, I mean, he was a center, so in that era of basketball.
Any issues with that?
I'm going to go with Kareem, but okay.
Oh, you won't even back your guy on this? Well, I'm
I'm going to go with Kwame Brown. Let's be nice to him today, too, while we're
You
at
got to
it.
give me something that I can sink my teeth into.
Number two,
Good start.
no player in the history of the National Basketball Association has stood up better to an NBA debut expectation the way LeBron James did at Sacramento the night of October 29th, 2003.
What was his
I
stat
watched
line?
every dribble of it because I was fascinated, because on his back was tattooed, as we often talk, the chosen one. Sports Illustrated had crowned him the king before he even
Rightfully
arrived
so.
in the league.
So he tatted the chosen one on himself before he even played an NBA game? Like, that is putting some Can you imagine if Anthony Bennett did that? Can you imagine every day waking up as Anthony Bennett, looking in the mirror, and you have to look at your bare-ass body in ink saying, the chosen one? Like, that is putting the pressure within yourself right there. Like, you simply cannot fail at that point.
And that night at Sacramento, that's the weight of the world on that young man's shoulders. At age 18, he scored 25 points.
Oh, my.
With 6 rebounds and 9, count them, 9 assists.
Damn.
Now, he was 0 for 2 from 3 and 1 for 3 from the free
That's some
throw
Tyler
line. He
Hero
went
shit right there.
12 of 20 from the field. And as soon as that game ended, I sat back and said, a star is born, because you never know.
No, you sat back and said, I want to hate on that man for the next 20 years and make a living out of it. That's exactly what you said, Skip, because you cannot watch LeBron that first game and then be like how you are now.
Exactly how a young man at 18 will deal with NBA, you know, like grown-up kind of pressure, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a highly impressive. I think you can have no quibble with anything.
Okay.
I just
Yeah,
said.
that was a great,
Fair enough.
Good one.
outstanding day.
Outstanding.
Good one.
Number 3, since LeBron James has entered the NBA, he has been the best passer in basketball, and he remains to this moment the best passer in basketball. I've only said that on this show
No.
1,000 times.
You spell player wrong. You said passer, but you spelled it wrong.
Wait, what?
P-L-A-Y-E-R, not P-A-S-S-E-R.
Oh, there we go, yep.
Player, not passer. Both.
Well, it's one little thing that I'm pointing out that he
You know, It's so tough because, like, there is so many great passers in basketball, but when it comes to, like, you need somebody to make, like, that play, that pass is just so hard to do. LeBron James is the one that can do it. I mean, right there with, obviously, Jokic is the center. Jokic is the best passing center probably of all time. I think it's safe to say that now. And then, of course, you got, like, Rondo obviously is a great passer. Not as good as he once was, of course, but still, Luka Doncic gets it done. Ben Simmons is really nice, too, CP3. But, yeah, LeBron James, as far as, like, court vision goes and just, like, making, like, the fancy-ass passes, yeah.
He is the very best at.
At playing, yes. Game of basketball. Okay, go ahead.
Number 4.
Hey. You right there in the comments telling, you write in that comment right now saying that Jokic is the best passer of all time, bro. You got zero basketball IQ. I know there's one of you, man. I know there's one of you. You were doing it, weren't you? I know you were doing it. Okay, sorry.
LeBron James, as I've said 10,000 times on the show, is still the greatest driver of the basketball I have ever seen. A 6'9", 260-pound freight train to the rim. Never seen anything like it.
No, it's the most powerful driver. Been a lot of great drivers.
Yeah, Number 5, no athlete has ever been a more consistently powerful speaker on race or social justice topics. Nobody is in this man's league when it comes to the...
I mean, there's been a lot of great players over the years that have spoken on multiple issues in the really, it's not just the NBA, just in sports history. So, I don't know, like, the history of, like, every single player that's spoken on topics, so I don't really got an opinion on that. What do you guys let me know in the comment section below? Do you feel that to be true? But I know there's been a lot of players, that have stood up for different things, so.
Power of his
but LeBron definitely is up there, right? No doubt.
Created and maintained. Nobody has taken more advantage of those platforms in the history of sports. Thank you.
But there is more platforms now to, let your voice be heard than there was in years past. So you do have to consider that too.
Very much. Number 6.
But yeah, I don't disagree.
LeBron stood up to pressure I don't believe any NBA player has ever faced or felt. In Game 6 at Boston in 2012. Now, this is because he had suffered some epic failures.
Did he drop like 60 that game?
Orlando in 2009, against Boston in 2010 before he left Cleveland, and then in his first go-around with the Heat in the finals against Dallas in 2011. That set up what was happening against Boston, this in the conference finals in 2012.
Yes.
They went up 2-0. They lost 3 straight games. Game 6 is in Boston. And trust me, I knew a bunch of people at ESPN who said, we got to drive over and see this, because even the staunchest LeBron defenders and apologists were starting to doubt if he was made of the right stuff. Okay. And they went over on that night to watch what was about to transpire.
Little backhanded comment right there, just saying skip.
The Heat won that game by 19 points because LeBron dominated from start to finish with 45 points, 15 rebounds, and only 5 assists. But let's just
what do you mean only 5 assists?
45 and
5 assists is a good amount to have in a game.
Wait, 45 and 15 rebounds?
Yeah.
That was, in most people's eyes, the greatest game he ever played.
I'm gonna say real quick about the 5 assist comment. So so either LeBron gets yelled at for being too passive, or for not passing enough based off Skip's logic right there. He's like, you only had 5 assists. The man had 45 points. So if he would have had 20 points and damn 17 assists, we said, well, he only had 20 points.
Facing the most pressure he'd ever faced.
Well, Skip, the reason why he only had 5 assists is because he was not in passing mode.
Right, exactly. Thank you.
I'm in attack mode.
Okay. 45 and 15.
Yes.
Then they went home for Game 7 and just rolled.
31 and 12 for him.
You got it. Fair enough?
Yep.
Point number 7. I love the humility that LeBron James displayed moments after he finally broke through and won his first ring in Game 5 in Miami against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I don't remember.
He said live on ABC right after the game, it's about damn time.
Oh, yes, that means.
And that was a perfectly beautiful way to put that, because I sat back and
about
said,
damn time.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. He did that. He was the finals MVP, and they won in 5 games. You give me that one?
I'll give you that one.
Okay, good. Number 8. In 2013, LeBron James played a great Game 7 against my Spurs. 37, 12, 4, and 2 steals.
Dominated them.
Dominated. Game 7 against what was left of my Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough?
Yep.
Okay, I'm giving you that. It's a really nice thing for me to say. Number 9, LeBron James is the most durable superstar ever. I've said that
Sure.
100,000 times.
I agree with that, trillion%.
He is Iron Man. The only other athlete who rivals the dedication that LeBron pays and
Tom
puts
Brady.
into his fitness routine is Tom Brady.
Yep.
But the irony of what I just said is that LeBron plays much more of a contact sport than Tom Brady plays. Am I right about that?
He does.
Would you say? I mean, I would say that football is the ultimate contact sport. Unless you got a good offensive line, then you got to worry about it, man. But I would say football is pretty damn contact oriented.
LeBron takes way more contact than Brady, sort of.
But the hits Brady takes over the course of his career, a lot damn harder for the most part.
Puts himself in harm's way to take in football because he's just going to get rid of the football, right? He's not going to run with it.
Unless he
He's
gets
rarely
sacked,
going to
but,
be.
yeah.
Plus, the rules have been implemented to protect him.
That is correct. Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Iron Man.
I get that.
Number 10, LeBron James should have been the regular season MVP this season. I said it, 19 times on this show, and I will say it one more time. He deserved the MVP. He was better in the regular season than even Giannis.
Where do you rank him all time,
and
Skip?
The
That's
narrative
what I wanna
was
hear.
better because he did bounce back off a lackluster first go around with the Lakers.
Well, yeah, but I guess with that, it's hard to give a man the MVP when they do acquire a guy like Anthony Davis. Like, obviously, I'm not really gonna hold that against LeBron, but I could see where somebody would. 'Cause like I said, the MVP is narrative driven, so.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, Skip. But there was a lot of generalities in there, a lot of generic compliments. I didn't hear anything about clutchness, which he is. For number 4.
Well, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't lie nice things.
You can. And I don't know. I mean, I might go towards Muhammad Ali using his platform, Jackie Robinson, but maybe.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of
maybe
players
they
like that
have the
myself.
reach
Not the reach.
because obviously no social media.
Okay.
Yep.
But even Muhammad in his day, I don't think he spoke out as much as LeBron has consistently over his whole career. Once
I think that,
Muhammad lost his
right.
job, they
Yes.
wouldn't let him fight anymore. Yes.
Well, I don't think he was like, okay, I'm
Well,
gonna
we
do
haven't
what I have
seen
to
post
do
basketball
and
LeBron,
and
so.
live in America. Although I see things going on, when they he changed his name because he no longer wanted to be identified by he says that's his slave master's name, and he started to speak out when he saw hold on, y'all was trying to send me over there to kill them, and y'all right here in America killing us. Nah, I'm good. The Viet Congs ain't never called me the N-word. They don't turn no dogs on me. They don't stick no water cannons on me.
I got no quarrel with them Viet Cong.
Got none. Skip, look, you could have just put this in a nice little nutshell. I could have saved you probably.
The heatest
7
point
minutes.
is.
All you had to do was say LeBron James, the greatest
Sorry.
basketball player ever.
That's what I saw.
We'd been done.
Well, I'm not going to tell a lie because he's clearly not.
He is.
But I will give you a bonus nice point, number 11.
We're gonna get 11. We're gonna get 11 nice things. We're probably gonna get 20 insults.
LeBron James is truly a nice guy. I'm going to give you that.
No.
So why can't you be nice?
Period. End of story. I paid my debt. It's over. Now back to business.
Skip, the fact of the matter is that you refuse to give the man the due that he deserves.
What does he deserve? He's 3-6 in the finals.
Hold on.
I just paid off my bet.
Got to the finals 9 times.
If you're not Sam Jones, if you're not LeBron James, if you're not Kareem, if you're not Russell, you don't know what it's like to go to 10 finals. So if it was so easy, if it's so easy to get to the finals out of the East?
Not gonna lie, that's actually what my dad used to tell me a lot. Like when the Pistons were good and they made it like 6 straight Eastern Conference Finals. Like obviously they didn't win the finals every single year, but he's like he told me he's like, hey, like only 4 teams make it to the conference finals, so enjoy it. I mean, because that's not something that happens to a franchise every single day. Like LeBron James 10 straight finals. Like I don't care what the record is. Like he made it that far. I mean, obviously that's not how we measure greatness, but still.
Why haven't more players gone?
Think about how impressive that sounds. 10 straight
Well, he's
NBA
just born at
finals.
the right time.
3 different teams.
He was born into a cakewalk of an East.
Don't do that, Skip.
And he did it. Way to go.
Skip.
And he's right now on the easiest path to a ring in the history of paths.
That's not what you said
God.
at the beginning of the
Really?
season. You said if he wins this would be his most difficult because he was going to have to go through the Clippers and he was going to have to deal with the Nuggets
and the bubble.
Have to deal with James Harden and Russ.
Did he have to go through the Clippers?
They're in the West. Hold on, Skip Bayless, wait a minute.
Did he have to go through Kevin Durant and Kyrie? No.
Hold on, time out. So
it's the
let me
Eastern
get this
Conference,
right.
so okay.
So the way you want to play after work now for LeBron James is that he got to beat the Clippers, even though they get knocked out. He needs to come over there and play the Nets, even though Kevin Durant. He needs to play all the time.
Yeah, that makes zero sense because essentially what Skip is saying is he needs to get through all like the top 3 seeds. Like, he needs to go through like the Clippers, the Bucks, the Nets, whoever else. It's like that's not how the playoff works. Like if you are a top seed, you're not going to play like you're going to play a lower seeded team.
Top team. That's not how it works.
Okay, I think it's pretty much over with here, guys.
That was a lot of,
I mainly want to hear about the 10 things right there, guys. That's all we got, man. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.